The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
I'm your girl, thePLAINESTjane, and let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. What up and welcome back. I'm Jane, thePLAINESTjane, and I provide SERP in the form of Black news and celebrity entertainment. And yes, we back, okay? We are back. I have missed the pancake posse so much. Come on in, hit thumbs up on the video. It's free 99, baby. There are lots of ways you can support the channel, and hitting the thumbs up button is one of the many ways where you don't have to reach into your wallet and do so. Have a seat on the bus. Drop some pancakes in the chat if you're excited, if you already have some opinions about these topics. And if you don't know what's going on and you're ready to get filled in, y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood. I always got my finger on the pulse. And it's time that we talk about some things. Today is about the TTTs, all right? Now, this is one of at least 2 or 3 live streams that we're going to do this evening. I've decided to make this one short. I have a lot of other topics that I'm going to talk about in our live stream that we do after this one. But in this live stream, I want to focus on T.S. Madison and her latest sentiments on whether we want to be called cis, right? As heterosexual women who still identify as women, right? We were assigned women at birth. We were born with XY chromosomes, and we still go through life with she, her pronouns, right? And so there's been the conversation has basically kind of fizzled out. Some people were late getting to the conversation, so they're kind of fixated on it right now. But when it was really trending along with her and Just Hilarious and Flame Monroe, it was a really intense time, right? And anytime stuff like this comes up and you've kind of got the LGBT community or the T portion of the LGBT community pitted against the heterosexual community or a community of people that just don't want to be referred to as cis, right? It gets intense, okay? And as soon as the conversation begins to fizzle out, here comes Flame Monroe. Here comes T.S. Madison saying something that I guess she thought was going to smooth things over. But baby, I ain't no fool. And it didn't slip past me. So I want to get into that. I want to go over those sentiments. Tyrese is back online crying again, child. And I really want to go through and do a full breakdown. He is suing Home Depot for a little over $1 million. Okay, based on an event that happened back in February. A lot has transpired with Tyrese, right? We know every 25 to 40 days, Tyrese is going to pick up his phone, skip therapy, go live and whine to the internet and act like all of his woes are the fault of somebody else other than himself, right? He's allergic to accountability. And then there's this little Toni thing that I kind of want to touch on. There's this new story that has kind of spun. And if you follow me on Twitter and you saw the way I titled it on Twitter because I had more characters, then you kind of already know about that. So there are definitely some things that we're going to get into in the first leg of this bus ride. Okay. Now, I know y'all missed me. I missed y'all too. I'm going to talk about me later and why I was gone so long and what I've been up to. But, without further ado, let's get into exactly what it is that we need to speak about. Buckle your seatbelts, drop some pancakes in the chat. I see the channel members dropping some things in the chat as well. All right. So let's get ready for takeoff. And I do think I'm going to open up the phone lines as well. I want to hear what your thoughts are when we go through all of the information regarding these 3 T's that tend to be pretty problematic. Tyrese, T.S. Madison, and Tokyo Toni. Listen, let's just get ready to pull off. Okay. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. Now, listen, me personally, I can honestly say, despite the fact that I do not agree with T.S. Madison's sentiment, right? I appreciate people like Flame Monroe, Wiley from the Wiley Show speaking up and speaking out about the hypocrisy that happens with some, right? A fraction, not all, right? Not making a blanketed statement, but there is a portion of the LGBT community that wants to demand a certain respect and tell us about what's offensive to them, but refuses to give respect and respect what we deem as offensive to us, right? There's some hypocrisy that happens within a certain pocket of the LGBT community. I, for one, am tired of talking about it. I spoke my piece, I made my video about it, and I went on about my business. I'm not about to sit here beating on a dead horse when they get the message, right? The people who want to be combative to the women that don't want to be called cis and don't want to share their bathrooms and don't want to give up their sports to people who were not assigned female at birth. I don't want to keep talking about it. I said what I had to say and I moved on. So as I said, we're tired of the convo, but here comes T.S. Madison being nice, nasty, in my opinion, right? This was a very nice, nasty sentiment. She recently, yesterday, the day before yesterday, went on to Jason Lee's show, live podcast, whatever you want to call it. And she said something, right? I'm going to play this clip and I'm going to play it twice. I really honestly want to know from you what energy, what nuances, and what you pick up within what it is that T.S. Madison had to say. Okay. Hit thumbs up in the video if you haven't already. 134 people here. We've got 62 likes. Make it make sense. Less than half. Let's go.
Did you understand biological women's issue with being titled cis?
I've been listening to it. And I have decided that I'm going to remove that when I'm talking about biological women. I'm going to remove from coming from my mouth. I'm not going to remove it like from everybody else because that's whatever everybody else has the opportunity to do whatever they want to do. But I'm going to remove that from my vocabulary talking about when I'm going to use bio or real women for me because there's too many real important issues to be focused on than just what you being cis and this and the other. But I understand what cis means. It means on the same side of the opposite of trans.
Roll us on your wrist, plain Jane.
I'm going to play it one more time since it's a short clip. I don't know if you caught the shade, the nuance. I guess she felt like she was throwing us a bone or doing us a favor. And I did see some women eating it up. Thank you so much. We appreciate. This is all we wanted. But baby, that's not what I heard. Okay, let's listen one more time.
Did you understand biological women's issue with being titled cis?
I've been listening to it. And I have decided that I'm going to remove that when I'm talking about biological women. I'm going to remove from coming from my mouth. I'm not going to remove it like from everybody else because that's whatever everybody else has the opportunity to do whatever they want to do. But I'm going to remove that from my vocabulary talking about when I'm going to use bio or real women for me because there's too many real important issues to be focused on than just.
It's too many what? Real important issues that need to be focused on. Now, imagine if any of the letters of the LGBT community, let's just talk about the T's right here in particular. Imagine if there was something that was offensive to them that they were really pushing back on and said, this offends me. Don't do that. This is discriminatory against me because I'm a protected class and you shouldn't refer. And we said, you know what? Fine, take it. Because we got more important issues. There's real world issues going on out here. So fine, take it. You know they would clock that shade. And that's gaslighting. And that's trivializing your plight and saying, here, I don't agree. But in order to shut you the fuck up, fine. Fine. Right? And it's really your delivery. You might even feel that way on the inside. But for you to deliver it like that and say, oh, it's more important things we need to be worried about. So in order to appease y'all, I really don't agree. Y'all are still fishy ass cis. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all that. And we supposed to be grateful for that. And we still know what you're saying behind closed doors when you're not in front of, XY chromosomes. We know what you're saying when you amongst your own people, right?
It's what you being cis and this and the other. But I understand real important issues to be focused on than just what you being cis and this and the other. But I understand what cis means. It means on.
And I understand what a man is. And I don't give a shit if you got double D, triple D, F, Z's that hang down to your motherfucking knees. I know you was born with a dick though. And I know the definition of a biological male. And in my mind, that's what you classify as, right? But you take offense to being called a man. You go around here with this warped sense of reality saying, I'm a woman, but you can suck my dick. I know what a man is. And I mean, according to the definition that I was taught, you know, so for you to say, I know what cis is, it's basically like you saying you cis women are dumb. You XY chromosomes are dumb. You don't want me to call you cis because you don't know what it means, but I know what it means. But if you don't want me to call you that, fine, I won't. But when we give y'all that same energy, y'all go running around and making videos and calling us all types of homophobic and transphobic and this phobic. And it's not. It's not. I don't even care if you cut your penis off and you want to be called a woman. You're still not a woman, but y'all want to have y'all cake and eat it too. Have y'all cake and have y'all boobs and take our bathrooms. I don't think so. And this ain't no bone that I'm taking. You can take that shit back. See, because y'all think y'all are the only ones who can be nasty and be nice, nasty, and give somebody a compliment, and have a nasty undertone, and ain't nobody gonna clock it. Y'all not the only girls who can do shit like that. And what y'all think we can't pick up on it? Y'all think y'all are the sassiest things on the planet, and really sassiness came from us, and y'all are emulating us at the end of the day. So if you think that I didn't clock the shade and the undertones and the nasty nuance that lies beneath this gaslighty ass sentiment, man, miss me with that shit. Because I know what man means, just like you know what cis means.
On the same side of the opposite of trans.
Cis means the opposite of trans.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
Okay, so you know, y'all keep expanding and expanding and expecting other people to go by this dictionary that y'all keep, y'all's rule book. That's y'all rule book. It's just like Wayne Brady coming out and calling himself pansexual. Listen, I'm not beating up on nobody. All I'm saying is, if you're pansexual, you're not strictly attracted to the opposite sex. It means you could fall in love with a mailbox or the same sex, right? Some people would say that's bisexual. Hell, our parents would say it's gay. If you dibble and dabble in everything, they would call it gay. Then they give you a little bit of that. Then it grew from gay and straight to gay, bi, and straight. Now we got pansexual and pot sexual and skillet sexual and air fryer sexual and toaster oven sexual. And we supposed to go along with all this. And if we get it wrong, because y'all got 18 different damn shits y'all done created, we supposed to bend our reality to match y'all's, and it's just not the goddamn same. And I just don't understand why she had to reignite this conversation when it had already fizzled out. It's another diss that she coated in sprinkles. It's a piece of shit that she threw at us and coated it in sprinkles and said, here, I'll stop calling you cis, because I know what it means. Y'all clearly don't, because y'all have low comprehension. And it's more important issues than we need to be worrying about out here, rather than y'all's biological woman's comfortability. But if we were to treat y'all's comfortability that way, y'all would feel like y'all were under attack. Make it make some goddamn sense. Make it make some sense. Am I lying? Am I lying? Hey, look, I get it. We're tired of this conversation. Truly, it's over. We've said what we had to say. Everybody is beating on a dead horse at this point. It's done. Y'all refuse to respect us, but y'all demand respect from us. It's hypocrisy at its finest. And so now, anytime y'all speak up, see, now we quiet about it. Unless there's somebody that's late to the conversation that's not on social media. We're quiet about it. But when you speak up and you think you about to sneak one past, and I see a lot of women have accepted it and they're grateful and they're in the audience with tears in their eyes like, thank you, this is all we wanted. Stop it. It's like the government throwing black people trinkets and trophies instead of giving us reparations. It's something to appease you for the moment. But trust and believe next week, as soon as her dick and her balls itch down there, she's going to be back to dissing us real bold, real loud, without even trying to conceal it. Tell me I'm lying. And I be damned. Put a 1 if you agree with me down in the chat. Put a 2 if you don't. Hey, you might think I'm being phobic. You might think I'm doing too much. Whatever it is that you think, this is a free. As long as you ain't disrespectful, you straight. I got mods in the chat. You want to get froggy? Go ahead and leave so we can block you. Keep it respectful. You don't have to agree with me in order to kick it over here. This is a place for open dialogue, and I'm opening the phone lines in a little bit. Okay, let's go to the bush, and then we're gonna get on to the next topic. I missed y'all too. I see a lot of people in the chat saying they missed me. I see a lot of 1s in the chat. I see a couple of 2s. That's okay. That's okay. It's interesting when when some people, they see the flaws in people who disagree with them, but they refuse to hold people who they do agree with. They refuse to see the flaws in them and to hold them accountable. That's what's really interesting to me. But nonetheless, look, if you're enjoying the show, put some pancakes down below in the chat. Okay. Hit thumbs up on the video if you haven't already. Let's go to the bush, and we're going to get on to the next topic, all right?
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Okay, so real quick though, in the meantime, while we get to the next story, I do hope that y'all are feeling all right. I hope that your mental health is intact. I hope you've handled your invisible problems. If not, honestly, click off the video. We about to get into Tyrese channel. You know he always got some stuff going on with him. If you haven't even handled your own invisible problems, I'm telling you, you ain't got the mental capacity to sit here and deal with Tyrese and his mess. Okay. Make sure you are doing all right before you get into anything else. You are more important than anybody and any other celebrity topic and distraction going on in the world, to be completely honest. Y'all know when I need time off and I need to get my mind right or get my real tangible world together, I disappear. That's why a lot of y'all, I miss you. I'm not about to run myself ragged and go crazy when my real world needs attention to be online with the like mess, distractions, commentary, dialogue is always going to be here. So I do totally urge you to take care of your mind, your invisible issues, and what's going on in your tangible world, your materialistic issues, and the stuff that you really do need to handle. That's something that I preach to y'all, and it's something that I practice as well. Okay. Let me get to, I see I have a super... Oh my God. Oh, StreamYard got me. Shout out to Karen, who is a channel member. Shout out to Nunya, Onika, Princess. Oh, thank you. Nunya said you looking mighty good. Thank you. Princess says, what? Like sexual natural woman. Eric Boykin sends $5 and says, hey, beautiful, I'm gonna catch a playback. I'm at work tonight. Sending you love. Thank you. I do appreciate y'all support and y'all coming through as always. You can hit up the Cash App, $2 if you got it. If not, just hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Okay. The Cash App is right here, THA. Make sure you proofread it. Okay. $THA. _PLAINESTjane if you do want to send a $2 and bless the Cash App. Not a requirement though. Okay. Now let's get on to the next subject. All right. Has anybody heard about Tyrese, or do you know exactly why he is suing Home Depot? We're going to go ahead and we're going to get into, I always get the damn chromosomes wrong, child. I'm an XX. I got 2 holes. That's how I try to remember it, child. I got 2 holes. Women have 2 holes in the front and the back, XX. Men have a penis in the front and a hole in the back, XY. That's how I try to remember it. Lord have mercy. I always get them confused, but at the end of the day, before I get vulgar, y'all get the point. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into Tyrese and do a Cryrese, okay? let's get into Cryrese and what he's got going on. And y'all know I'm no stranger to covering Tyrese and doing commentary on Tyrese. Okay. Shout out to Jamal. Jamal says, "You've been amazing from day one, and I'm glad I supported you all this time." Thank you, Jamal. I'm glad you supported and hung in there as well. Okay. So Tyrese is suing Home Depot for $1 million for what he says is racial profiling and discrimination. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a video from a fellow Baltimorean Baltimore channel. Okay. This is a channel from Baltimore. Tyrese had a heated exchange, and this all happened back in February. Now he is just deciding to file this lawsuit months later. And I kind of question his motives before we get into the nitty gritty and the details of it, right? I question his motives, right? Because Tyrese has had so many issues. He cries online about his divorce and being single. Well, when he was single, he had that young girlfriend. The divorce and alimony, spousal support, and being broke, and his last wife took all of his money, and how broke he is. He recently had a song that didn't do well, and so when I first came across this, I'm like, that song flopped. He was highly upset about the floppage of the song. And as a matter of fact, let me show you all this first, because this is a short clip. I want to get into the full backstory of this, because I see the social media is divided on it, right? Did he get bad customer service? Was he expecting some sort of special treatment because he is a celebrity? Or was the store truly being racist towards him because he just so happened to come across a Karen, quote unquote, as he called it, associate? So let's get into these things, and I want to unpack, and I truly want to hear from you all, and I can't wait to open the phone lines. All right. So let's go ahead and get in here, and thank y'all for hitting thumbs up on the video. Okay. Let's get in here.
Trying to get to #1 from social media and using my iPhone.
This is him venting and being discouraged about the fact that his song hasn't reached #1 on iTunes. Most people didn't even know. Most people didn't even know that Tyrese had a new song out. Put a 3 in the chat if you knew Tyrese had a new single out at all. And if you knew he had a single out, put a 3. Put a 4 if you had no goddamn clue.
Calling in whatever favors I can, getting the fans motivated, trying to get y'all to stream the song. But I'm feeling discouraged. This divorce has killed my spirit. I can deal with heartbreak. I could deal with a divorce. I didn't want it. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't see it coming. But I can deal with a divorce. I'm a big boy, But it hurts. And I really just thought, if I can be #1, I really feel like it'll be all worth it that I went through this unexpected divorce. So whatever DJs whatever on-air personalities whatever music directors program directors whatever hotlines and phone calls you could make into radio stations, if we just go crazy for the next 48 hours, we can get to #1. And I'd be very happy. It would mean a lot to me to be #1. I wonder if I'm going to even scrap this whole album, because I'm feeling that.
Now, Tyrese is way too old at his big age to be doing sympathy and payola, especially because Tyrese is actually talented. Like, you go back to Sweet Lady and Signs of Love Making. Like, what? Like, even, like, I think Tyrese's debut on television was the what was it, a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola commercial? I think it was Coca-Cola. And he was on the bus and he stood up and he bust out singing like, if y'all don't get this to number one, I might scrap the whole album. Y'all ain't get me to number one. We ain't get you to number one. Excuse me? Where was the marketing push? Then the song was 6 minutes long and full of nothing but sadness and sorrow. It's summertime. We don't want to hear that. It's hot girl summer. It's hot chair summer. You know what I'm saying? We done heard you moan and complain about your heartache for years now. It's old. Cheer up and go out here and get you some poom poom. What? Sick of his mess.
Discouraged. And I don't want to offend anybody who I made this album with, but because it's so great. It's so great, this album. I've been out here trying to get the number one from social media and using my iPhone and calling in whatever favors I can, getting the fans motivated, trying to get y'all to stream the song. But I'm feeling discouraged, this divorce.
If he mentioned this divorce one more time, baby, let me tell you something. I'm going to call a goddamn wellness check. I'm telling you some good. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. How old is Tyrese? Because this is just too much. He's just a baby boy. 44. God damn. Jesus. Okay. All right. So that's that. That's, you know, so I question, because this was literally just like last week that he went live talking like this. People in the chat pointing out the filter. I don't know why this grown man got a filter on. I don't know. Right? So between the divorce, him crying broke and saying his last wife is taking all his money, his music ain't doing well, he think about scrapping the album. Is this a money grab? You be the judge, because we're going to unpack the entire thing right here. Okay? Like I said, support the show by hitting the thumbs up, drop some pancakes in the chat, and leave as many comments as you would like, whether you're right here on the bus right now or if you're catching the replay. Just make sure you show some love to this video. There's plenty of ways you can do it by giving $1, $5, $10, however much, or for free by subscribing to the channel or hitting thumbs up. Okay? Now, I'm going to take you over to a channel that is Forgotten Kings 2.0. Let me pull up the page. Let me make it a little bit larger on the screen for you. This is Forgotten Kings 2.0. I definitely recommend you all. Oh, I'm not subscribed on this page. I definitely recommend you all go subscribe to this channel. It's another Baltimorean. You'll hear the Baltimore accent. Okay. And this video has over 1 million views, and it's been cited all over the place. Baltimore be doing big things. Vibe Magazine, Complex News, Page 6, People Magazine, Fox 11, everyone has hyperlinked this video and has it in their professional journalistic articles. Okay, so let's get into this entire situation that he feels is worth a little bit over $1 million worth of a lawsuit. Where the volume at, child?
Can you please include that information? I was just there. I just walked. I was just in your store, ma'am. If you're going to talk to your manager, if you're going to.
So let me give you a little bit of backstory, okay? Tyrese went into Home Depot. He's got some work getting done around his home. He's got 2 contractors who he works with all the time to help build things around his home. You know, he might be adding on a deck or whatever type of work he needs done in his home. He always works with these same 2 people. So he goes in with his 2 people who are of Latin descent, and people start noticing him in the Home Depot. So he decides to leave because he just doesn't like the spot getting too hot. He leaves. He goes to purchase 2 candy bars, right? And the cashier tells him, this isn't enough to pay with your card. He's like, all right, here go my associates, whatever tools they're grabbing. Just go ahead and put it on my card. I'm leaving my credit card with them. So they let Tyrese walk out of the store with the 2 candy bars unpaid for. And therefore, from there, Tyrese instructed him, cool, since this isn't enough to ring me up, it doesn't meet the purchase minimum, put the rest of the supplies, whatever they pick up, put that on my card. Well, they pick up the rest of the supplies and they get a different cashier, and she's kind of not having the, you can just swipe somebody else's card. They're asking for identification. So this angle that we have right here is him on FaceTime. His associate is on FaceTime, and they've turned the camera around so that Tyrese can speak to the woman before Tyrese gets back to the store and goes inside to try to settle this dispute. That's where we are.
I'm going to talk to your manager. Tell your manager the truth. I was just in the store and I gave my guys my credit card in front of your staff and team member, and I walked off. Don't say that I'm not there with no ID. You can pull up the cameras. I was there 5 minutes ago. This is completely unnecessary, what you're doing right now. I'm not answering what?
Say. Do you have a pro account?
Man, should I have the CEO of Home Depot to call you tomorrow? Because he's my neighbor. He's my neighbor in Atlanta. You want me to get the CEO of Home Depot to call you and tell you that this is unnecessary, what you're doing?
Yep, my manager said that's fine.
Okay, tell your manager I was just in the store. Do you want to tell him that part?
He can hear you.
Okay, manager, what is his name?
Carlos?
Carlos. What's his last name?
That's not necessary.
What?
You work in Home Depot. You work in a public place. You're asking me for my first and last name. I'm giving it to you, Tyrese Gibson. And those guys are my designers and builders. And I was just in your store 5 minutes ago. And you're on the phone with me asking for ID, and you're talking to the ID. I was just in your store. This is, I understand policy, but you know you're being extra right now. Excuse me?
Credit card.
This is Tyrese Gibson. I was just in your store.
Store policy.
Okay, what is his last name? Store policy.
I'm not.
Okay, what is your name? What is your name?
My name's Corelli.
Aurelie?
Yep, Curly.
And what's your last name?
I'm not giving you my last name.
I've never heard that before.
Okay, I like your bangs. You have a good night.
You as well.
Now, why would he sit here and tell this lady, okay, I like your bangs? You know what? I cannot.
All right, Karen.
I'll go back.
Okay, Karen, take care.
I think you be sure wherever I got.
Thanks, Karen. What time do they close, Manuel?
What time? Excuse me. What time you close the store? What time you close the store? 10 o'clock.
I'll be on my way.
Events are back, you guys. Events are back. They're booking speakers.
So basically, I think what happened was he went back home because he said several times in this video that he lives right up the street, 3 miles up the street from this particular Home Depot. So I saw people asking in the chat, well, why didn't he just run back in there if he was outside? I think that he was at home. That you could see him in the corner of this FaceTime. It's not giving car. Let's see.
What time? Excuse me. What time you close the store? What time you close the store? 10 o'clock.
I'll be on my way.
If you got to be on your way, you ain't there. He home. That wasn't no car he was in, but let's continue.
Is that everything you're getting right there? 3,000? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You got it. All right. So you're a supervisor, right? What's your name? Cryrese. And your last name is what? Why not? Because you work here. And I have a problem with your energy and your unprofessionalism. So what's your last name? Okay. So, ma'am, how long? Don't consent to being recorded. What is? How long have you been working here, ma'am? You? I just have a question. How long? 1 year. Okay. Gotcha. So my problem with what just happened is that I've been living 3 blocks in here for 10 years. And if this is a policy without a pro account, why are you the first person to stop my team and my builder from coming here when I've been coming to this particular Home Depot for 10 years? Make me understand that. If this is a policy and you're the boss and you run this place, why are you the only one doing or living up to the company policy? Explain that to me.
I can explain other people's actions.
You can, because they reflect you. If you're the boss and you're the manager and you say it's company policy to show ID before you swipe a credit card, unless you have a pro account, I'm asking you and your staff and your team, these people all work for you. And you're the supervisor, you're the manager, anything that anybody do as far as their role that may not have the same particular seniority that you have, make me understand, after 10 years of coming to this place with the same guys swiping for way bigger amounts, and this is like the smallest transaction they've done. Make me understand in 10 years why no one has ever asked for ID. You don't know? And you work here. And you're the supervisor. You're the cashier supervisor. Which means that when everybody do all the shopping, they got to come see you before they swipe their card, along with the rest of your team that are cashiers, right? Because if it's a policy, then everybody should be living up to the policy, right? So make me understand after 10 years why this just happened for the first time without a pro account. I've not been to the store. And make me understand how you just seen me and other people that work here just seen me physically in the store. And I was just here. Sir, did you just see me in the store?
No, sir. I'm not online. I didn't. You guys remember that?
So how did you barely look at me if I bought 2 candy bars from you and we gave you the scanning machine? You looked at me, and we just did the whole transaction, and I walked out. Are you telling me you've never seen me until right now?
No, I'm not saying that. I just recognize you.
I'm not talking about recognize me as a celebrity. You did see me, correct? I just want you to confirm that I was just in the store 5 minutes ago.
You were there, yeah? I mean, okay. I didn't know if it was you that was there. I barely looked at your face.
Okay.
I was thinking all this stuff up, and they were handing you different things, so then you were like, okay, so I just did real quick so I could get back to the other. So that's why I didn't get a good look at it.
Regardless, you still have to ask for anything.
Okay, so I just called you on FaceTime.
That's not valid formal ID.
No?
No.
That's
A passport or
10
state
years.
ID.
I just called you on FaceTime. What? If it wasn't Tyrese, if Tyrese didn't have a track record of being so extra, I see where both sides are coming from, right? Because why did the first clerk say, okay, here's your total for these candy bars, $3? He hands him a card and the guy says, this ain't enough for the card. And he was like, okay, well, you know, well, I'm going to buy some other stuff. So when my guys come up here, put the rest of the tools and materials or whatever on the thing. And the guy said, okay, and literally let him walk out the store, right? On another hand, imagine anybody, right? And Tyrese is, you know, is he a distinct looking guy to people who don't? There are no black people at this register, right? It's very easy for other races and nationalities and origins and creeds to get people confused. You know what I'm saying? I go to the nail salon and I'm like, who the hell did my nails last? Her. No, her. No, her. Oh. Which one? You know what I'm saying? They, you know, do we all look alike? No. But if you aren't familiar with Tyrese is a chocolate bald head man. Okay. He a regular milk dud with chinky eyes. Okay. As a celebrity, hell, it could have been Morris Chestnut. You know what I'm saying? Walking in there with his card. So, I mean, them trying to follow the protocol and the fact that they caught a different cashier than the one who let him walk out with 2 candy bars. It's kind of like, okay, all they're doing is asking for ID. At the end of the day, if it was anybody else who cloned your card, you would be upset when you looked at your charges and you like, damn, Home Depot don't ask for ID. They just let any old Tom, Dick, and Harry swipe my damn card. You know, so her attitude does seem a little... He did go in there lecturing her and getting on her nerves from jump, right? And like dragging it out instead of just going in there and showing his ID. But if anybody's money needs to be protected, it's somebody with millions of dollars, right? He might be the brokest he's ever been since he reached stardom. But don't they need to protect your funds somehow? Hell, I know with the little bit of money I got in my bank account, you better ask for some ID, okay? I don't give a shit what light-skinned woman with a lock wig or whatever and big eyes and a swollen cheek because she just got 2 teeth pulled walking there acting like me. You better ask for some damn ID. You take $34 out of my account and I wasn't there. I'm taking you to court and for pain and suffering. I want $340 now. So, you know, and then him trying to pull the CEO lives 3 doors down from me. Do I need to have the CEO of Home Depot call y'all tomorrow? So he wasn't trying to pull the celebrity card, but he was trying to pull the connections card based off of his celebrity. It's just too much. It's just extra. It's just extra for me. This is just a bit much. Show up, show your ID and go on by. This is how you know he's lonely and he ain't got nothing to do. He ain't got no music to work on. The Fast and Furious franchise don't want to work with him no more. Girlfriend ain't trying to let him shave her hoo-ha no more. It ain't nothing going on in that house. Either his therapist ain't answering the phone or he think he don't need therapy. I don't know what's going on. But I just feel like this was a bit extra. Did he stay calm? Yeah, but there are ways that people can still get under your skin without yelling at you and acting like a blatant, loud, aggressive fool. And people can try to get under your skin. I know how to get under people's skin without raising my voice. So this is just a bit much. And I think he did get on the clerk's nerve. Her body language is saying something, but at the same time, she's been listening to Cryrese talk at her for well over 20 minutes now. I can't blame her for being tired and fed up. I can't, you know. I see both sides, but I feel like he wants to be an exception. It's not her fault that employee let you walk out with 2 candy bars and your 2 employees caught a different cashier that has no clue about what's going on. So she was supposed to take that phone that Emmanuel was holding and show it to the other cashier and say, is this the bald-headed black guy that you saw earlier? And that man didn't even ask for an ID. So how is she really supposed to know that this card belonged to you? This woman truly don't know who or what the hell is a Tyrese to her?
10 years coming. No pro account. I'm just trying to understand how you're the first person to say, here's the company policy and this is what we're not doing. I'm trying to understand. And you represent the supervisor cashier. Make me understand how all of these cashiers for the last 10 years have been swiping my credit card without me physically being here with no ID, with no pro. That's the policy. Make me understand, because them not doing that is not living up to the policy that you're supposed to put in place and keep in place. I'm going to tell you what this feels like. This feels like racism. And I don't pull the race card. This feels like racism. And you're not professional enough to apologize or give us better.
You're not professional enough to apologize. First of all, you already being nice, nasty, and passive aggressive with me. That's number one. To stack on to that, you told me you like my bangs, and really you cussing me out in a soft tone, right? Now you saying I'm not professional enough. At this point, I don't give a shit what look is on my face. I asked for your ID, and I think he showed it to. I think he's already showed her the ID. So at this point, the transaction can go through. He just wants to talk at her and feels like she needs to sit there and deal with it at this point. It's extra. He's already showed his ID because that's the first thing she asked for when he showed up. And he said, okay, here's my ID. So what is all of this for now? Ask for the manager, right? Not the supervisor. She's a cashier supervisor, but she's not the manager of the store. She's too young to be the manager of the store. Ask for the manager. You act like you live right next door to the CEO and ask for the number of the corporate and take your demented ass home and call your therapist. Because clearly this experience at Home Depot was the straw that broke the camel's back within the last 12 hours to make you break down. And we know you have breakdowns every 12 to 24 hours or 36. This is too much. She better than me because I would have walked away because there's no way. No way. None. I wouldn't have stood there and took all that. And then you're not professional enough and you're a Karen and I like your bangs. And truthfully, her bangs are giving Wednesday Addams. So you already know what he's saying. But this is coming from a man who ain't got no hair in the middle. He ain't got no hairline. So of course he making fun of somebody's goddamn hair. And then going to pull the race card. Ciao.
Energy, even though I didn't physically came back. Your staff and employee that works with you and for you as another cashier, he just seen me. I bought 2 candy bars. He looked me in my face. He swiped it and I walked right out the store. Is that the policy too? Where he's going to use a scanner and pay for 2 candy bars and let me walk out the store?
You're with that.
Exactly right. Which means I never showed you my ID and I never swiped my credit card and I walked out with 2 candy bars. Is that also the policy?
And what does that have to do with this young woman having no knowledge of that and trying to get some clarity with no ID being present? What does that, what does his...
They nod, like, oh, yes.
They nodded.
Yeah.
And I also just called her on the phone and I showed her my face, told her I was just in the store, and I nodded as well. So why did you let me walk out the store with 2 candy bars without ID and without swiping my card?
Because that was part of the whole total. I couldn't swipe it for just 2 things when you were adding it to the
That was the whole total, but you don't even know if my credit card would actually go through. You let me walk out the store without seeing my ID or letting my credit card swipe. Is that company policy? I'm just trying to understand what I don't understand. Don't worry about who I am. I really thank you. They're disrespecting me and my team on purpose. And I'm hamming. I'm asking you company policy-wise because I don't work here. And I didn't make up any of the rules. Do you let people come to Home Depot as a cashier and you scan candy bars or drinks or anything, and you let them walk out the store without paying? That's what I'm asking.
If it was one person alone, no, I wouldn't let them do that.
Okay. I'm good, man. I'm just trying to understand how I'm feeling what I'm feeling.
What happened? I mean, about were you with a customer calling over different about the
Yes, that was me.
Yeah. So unfortunately, and I get your point. I mean, your frustration, and I do apologize about that. But she was just following protocols.
Okay, I'm asking about the protocol because I don't work here.
Got it.
So educate me about the protocol. Okay. I walked up to this gentleman. I grabbed 2 candy bars.
Got it.
He scanned it.
Yes.
And I said, hey, man, they're going to finish the rest of the transaction. They got my credit card, and I left.
Okay.
I did not pay for my 2 candy bars.
But you left the credit card to that person?
With them. I was just here with them, and this man just seen me. He scanned Hold on, let me finish. He scanned my 2 candy bars. I looked him in his face. They were finishing up the transaction, and I walked out of your store with 2 candy bars, no ID, and I didn't swipe my card to pay for it. And he let me leave. So then, as I left, sir, they're now here to finish the transaction because irregardless of who I am, I don't.
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever went somewhere and got a hookup? You ever went somewhere and let's just say let's just say we back in the day, like in the early 2000s when a full set was $20 or $25 and designs used to be, or rhinestones used to be $2 a nail. And the lady didn't charge you when you got 4 or 6 designs and she didn't charge you for it, right? You go back the next time and you're mad at a different associate for not giving you the hookup when really they did something they weren't supposed to do. That has nothing to do with the other nail technician or the other cashier. So that man let you walk out the door without paying for 2 candy bars, and your contractors walked up to a different cashier, and you're holding that agreement, right? That deal that you had with cashier 1, you're holding a grievance and her not being aware of that hookup, because he should have never let you walk out the store. He should have asked for cash or stopped you or alerted somebody that you were walking out without paying. He should have never let you do that. That's not the fault of cashier number 2, that cashier number 1 lets you get away with walking out the store with 2 candy bars and not paying. At the very least, you could have pointed to your contractors and said, hey, make sure you go to him when you leave out, because we done already kind of started a transaction, kind of, sort of, a little bit. You gonna go and get mad and then put the spot on black. Last time I came, I got 4 or 6 free designs. How come you ain't giving me some free designs? I know it was against the rules, and I see on the wall it say you got to pay for the designs. I know I shouldn't have walked out the store without paying for them candy bars, but I did. So was that right? And how come you not finishing up what he started, even though he broke the rules?
I don't like getting attention. And I just started seeing people looking. And I was like, let me go ahead and work my way out. They've been coming here and working with me. They work with me. I don't treat anybody less than. I treat everybody with respect. They've been working with me for 10 years. I have not been in this store in probably 6 years. So I'm asking the supervisor, who won't give me her last name, what is the store policy that you have in place that you're supposed to implement where I'm able to scan 2 candy bars and walk outside without my ID and without paying for it? And he let me leave. And I'm calling you on FaceTime to say if you have an ID problem and I don't have a pro account, you're looking at me on FaceTime and I'm telling you it's me. And then you're saying the policy is I got to come in here and show my ID. So why did your coworker let me leave with 2 candy bars with no ID and I didn't swipe a credit card? If that's your policy.
Now he asking one person, how come your coworker let me leave? How come your coworker made this little under the table deal that's clearly not? He ain't got nothing but time to waste. Remind me of my mother back when I was younger. Like, can you, she had the second window want some hot fries. And they like, okay, can you pull up? Nope, I'm not leaving till y'all give me hot fries. Like, you just being extra. They about to spit in the fries. Pull up so they can make the hot fry. Like, you just extra. Ain't got nothing but time. She leaving out the Walmart. You know how sometimes the old person, they just put their little highlighter on the receipt just to check. That's part of their job. They check your receipt and make sure you're not stealing a TV or a toaster. And they put a little thing of highlighter. Don't highlight my receipt. The old lady hard of hearing, she ain't here. She highlight. I need another receipt. I told you not to highlight my receipt. And I'm 47 minutes later, we still just waiting on a reprint of the same receipt because she ain't got shit to do. Go home, Roger. What the hell? People just be having too much goddamn time.
That's what I'm asking. If that's your policy, I'm asking you. I don't work here. I'm asking you, what is your policy? This is a reflection of you. Because you're the cashier supervisor, and then you called your boss to get to the bottom of what's happening. So I'm asking you, as the boss of the cashiers, Why did somebody on your team and staff look at me, grab the scanner out of my hand? It was over here. We gave it to him. He was like, hey, man, here. He reached over the wood and the doors and went bloop, bloop, bloop. And I said, hey, man, they're going to take care of the transaction. They got it. I'm out. You're being a racist. And that's the truth. I don't have a racist bone in my body. And you know, you got that racist energy all over you because you're not even willing to apologize, fix it, and point out the inconsistencies of what you know and your training and what the policies are. You're wrong. You're wrong. And I want your full name. And I'm going to reach out to the people who own this place, who is the CEO of Home Depot is my neighbor in Atlanta. Okay? So you don't have to give me a name. I'll figure it out. This is wrong. And people should not be treated this way. And if you got a policy and you reflect the policy of this place, then the policy should be consistent with everybody that works here. Okay? You don't care, right? Because you don't. He cares. That's why he came out. You're wrong. And I came here to tell you you're wrong, and you're not even willing to apologize. Your co-star and co-worker seen me, identified me without ID. He was like, all right, cool. I said, yo, man, they're going to take care of everything. I gave him my credit card, and I walked out. Is that the policy?
What say you, Pancake Posse? What say you? Was Tyrese in the right or the wrong? If you think that Tyrese was in the right here, put a 5. If you think he was wrong, put a 6. Okay? If you think he was in the right, put a 5. If you think he was in the wrong, put a 6. If you feel like it's a little bit of both and there's a gray area here, put a 7. Okay? If you feel like Tyrese was right, put a 5. If you feel like Tyrese was wrong, put a 6. If you feel like there's a gray area and you can kind of see both sides, or maybe you feel like he went about it wrong, or put a 7. 5 if Tyrese was right, 6 if he was wrong, 7 if there's a gray area and it's not just black and white. Let me know. I tell you what, I don't see no goddamn 5s. Well, I see a 5 and a 6. Child. That right, he said co-star. I'm like, boy, you not in Hollywood. Shut up. Some damn your co-star. Shut up. Do you think this lawsuit has any merit? Put a 5 if you think the lawsuit has merit. Put a 6 if you think it doesn't. Put a 7 if you feel like, he might not win. All right. This is Tyrese and the 2 people, his 2 associates or contractors, employees, whatever you want to call them. They are all co-plaintiffs, should I say, co-stars. They are all listed here based on discrimination. So I want to go ahead and read this right up to you. 2 days after launching a lawsuit against the Home Depot over alleged racial profiling, Tyrese Gibson shared footage from the incident in question. Now, on Wednesday, which was just the day before yesterday, he filed a complaint against Home Depot in Los Angeles County Superior Court, seeking a little over $1 million in damages after being, quote, subjected to outrageous discriminatory mistreatment and consumer racial profiling, end quote. Now, the situation happened when Tyrese was shopping at Home Depot in West Hills on February 7th with Eric Mora and Manuel Hernandez, who regularly provide construction services to Tyrese in connection with his projects. So he posted the video, like I said, way back in February, and he issued a new statement alongside the post and said there is a joint class lawsuit in which they're seeking $450 million in damages. Okay. And so basically Tyrese has reached this one, the amount that's a little over $1 million, because he says he's been going there. He's been shopping there for so long that He says that this is the amount that he thinks that he has spent with them over the course of a decade since he's lived there and patronized this establishment. So discrimination, pain, and suffering. And he wants all the money he's ever spent in Home Depot in his life. He wants that back per and via this lawsuit. Now, Home Depot has released a statement thus far, and the spokesperson said, quote, diversity and respect for all people are core to who we are, and we do not tolerate discrimination in any form. We value Tyrese as a customer, and in the months since this happened, we've reached out to him and his attorneys several times to try to resolve his concerns, and we'll continue to do so, end quote. So, you know, this is really interesting that they do have a policy that does require ID. He didn't even show ID before he left the store. I feel like that might have been the nail in the coffin that might have saved him. Now, when he was purchasing the candy bars and the first cashier asked for his identification, or asked for his form of payment, should I say, and said, oh no, this doesn't meet the card minimum requirement, that cashier didn't even ask for an ID. Right. Whereas though when he got on FaceTime, when he had drove back home, maybe if Emmanuel had turned the phone or said, hey, ask that other guy that was standing right there, he saw me and he saw my ID, but the ID was never flashed. And so they're really just enforcing the policy. I personally don't see, and I do study law. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a practicing attorney. I'm not in law school, but I do study law based on my day job. Right. And so I personally, I don't see any wiggle room for Tyrese to win this lawsuit. I feel like it's frivolous. I feel like it's a ploy. I feel like it's a way for Tyrese to get back into the spotlight and to trend for something to get it. Because this happened in February, right? The more money you have, the better and the more rapid, right? The more expeditious your legal team is. It doesn't take much to draft up something like this. So we go from February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months later, now you're filing this lawsuit. And in the 6-month interim, you've been bitching and moaning and crying and complaining to the internet like the baby boy that you always have, shown us that you are via pattern. This isn't an isolated incident about being broke, about being lonely, about being heartbroken, about your ex-wife taking all your money, about your songs flopping and people not supporting you, and financial distress. And how you feel like the judge treated you unfairly and gave your most recent ex-wife far too much money in spousal support and alimony. It seems like you're broke and you're looking for something to do. Whether you win this lawsuit or not, you have successfully began to trend with this. And so me personally, I feel like this is frivolous, and I feel like it is a ploy to get some attention, to get this sad sorrow, very dreadful and dreary song to boost up on the charts all the way from 438, where it's probably sitting, maybe up to 304, maybe to 289. We don't know. But let me tell you something. It's hot. We don't want that sad shit. And it's got a nerve to be 6 minutes long. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay? I just don't see it for you, brother. Not me. But hey, what say you in the chat? I seen lots of sixes, but honestly, I saw all the numbers. I seen 5, 6s, and 7, but I can say when I glanced in the chat, I saw predominantly 6s in the chat, or I saw some 6.5s. I see some 6.5s here. And I'm anxious to know what you think, whether you are on the bus right now or whether you're chasing the bus, which means you are watching the replay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the phone lines. I want to unpack a little bit of this Tokyo Toni stuff, and I'm going to take some phone calls in the interim, okay? Because this Tokyo Toni stuff is really still unfolding. I'm still investigating it, but I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know, okay, exactly where I am in my fact-finding process as I look into this Tokyo Toni thing. I have had correspondence with the opposing party here that is accusing Tokyo Toni of some stuff. And honestly, I'm not sure what to believe. At first, I was like, you know what, Tokyo Toni, you know you dead wrong. But as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that Tokyo might actually be right this time, which is wild, right? Like, that's wild. That is wild. So I'm going to get into that, but I do want to take some calls first. Let me know how you feel about, make sure you, first thing I need to do, is drop the link so that you all can call in. I'm trying to work on getting a phone number so that people have both options. If they don't want to call in via StreamYard, but if you have an internet connection, which if you're watching, you do, you are able to call in via this link right now. Okay. So here's the link to call in that I just dropped in the chat. So I want to get your thoughts on Tyrese and T.S. Madison. Those are the two things that we covered. The Tokyo Toni thing we're going to cover. After we take a couple of phone calls, we're going to get out of here. Then we're going to come back and we're going to cut up with the rest of the topics. I'm ready to cut up. It's Friday. I hope that y'all have had an amazing week, and I hope that y'all are ready for an amazing weekend. Okay. Drop your pancakes in the chat. Okay. I'm going to give y'all some time to hit the phone. First of all, this is how we feel about Tyrese, is it not?
Why?
Like, it's very clear that Tyrese just be having way too much time on his hand. God damn. Just too much time on his hands. Doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. So I'll give you time to call in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the welcome clip for the folks who joined the membership. All right. And then shout out to Lovely T for shouting me out some time ago. All right. Hit thumbs up, drop some pancakes. We'll be right back in 120 seconds. It's time to face it, boo. Your product needs more exposure. If you want to see your ad here on my channel, be sure to shoot an email over to yt.theplainestjane@gmail.com and let's chat. But if you're new in my neighborhood here on YouTube, hey, I'm the Plainest Jane, and I provide coverage and commentary on trending stories, viral events, and Black culture. I definitely appreciate you stopping through and hitting that subscribe button if you'd like more of my particular brand of syrup.
It was a YouTuber, and shout out to her for this good detective work, honey. She's the one who went and was able to put 2 and 2 together. The Plainest Jane. That's the person's name, the Plainest Jane. I couldn't think of what their name was on the podcast, but I wanted to go ahead and shout them out. They're the ones who did the work. All right. So, like I said, shout out to Plainest Jane. She's the one who put that together. So Shekinah was not lying. So when Tiny came back on some, oh, she's making it up, sounded like Tiny's voice to me.
All right, and we are back. We have a caller on the line. You all welcome our caller. Drop some pancakes in the chat. Look, if you haven't hit thumbs up, you definitely need to do so. There are 350 of us here, and we only have, 227 thumbs up or something like that? Am I looking at this number correctly? Leo, what? Okay, and what is it? You didn't call in. What do you think about Tyrese and T.S. Madison? Oh, okay. Is that all? You got a lot to say today. What's really going on? Sheesh. My goodness, that meow was from your stomach, wasn't it? Jeez. Slow down now. You're going to get sick. That's it. Go on, get down. Get down. Come on, you can come over here. Thank you. Get your butt out to people's face. Ooh, Lord have mercy. All right. Let's get into our first caller. Y'all give them a warm welcome. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. What's going on, Jamal? Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts?
And thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribe.
I wasn't expecting to be. Hold on a second.
Yeah, make sure you hit mute in the background.
Hang on. Hello?
Yeah, you're live on the air. What are your thoughts?
Oh, shoot. Hey, what's going on, Jane? No, I was going to say quickly that my first thought is that Tyrese, I think, is just, he's known to be extra. Like, he just likes to do everything extra. And me living in Toronto, what I notice is that when celebrities have time on their hands, they like to get into nonsensical, trivial things, or they troll. And I don't know why this is their way of doing things, but like, if you notice, this is what celebrity people do. Whenever they have time on their hands or there's a down period, they get into little silly shit like this. And Tyrese is just, that's why I said his face represents the Black struggle. Like, he's just, his face looks like the Black struggle because he's this dark-skinned dude with this intense look on his face, in that you realize, like, isn't this boy a celebrity? Like, why does he have this struggle vibe to him so much where you just like, you got to feel sorry for him. Like, you're just like, man, bro, like, you're a struggle. He looks like a struggling Black man. And he has that ugly.
You know what really sucks is Tyrese was never a bad looking guy. Like, if you go back and look at the way he's aged over the years, he was like a heartthrob back at the, at the peak of his R&B career and things of that nature. But as he's just stressed on and cried and complained and thought that his issues belong to the world and he's not accountable for anything that he's going through, everything is everybody else's fault, I feel like he's not aging as gracefully as he could. When I saw that he was just 44, I'm like, damn, it's given. He doesn't look bad for his age, right? But just glancing at this, I know 44-year-old brothers who are literally the same exact complexion, and this is given 50, 52 to me, and he's only 44. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's because he's not taking care of his mind. I don't question that his body is okay. Then again, I don't know anything about his health situation, right? But I mean, I've seen him work out a couple of times, so I know he's not weak. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's feeding himself, if he's a vegan or all that. But mentally, what you are and are not taken care of when it comes to your psyche and your mental health and all that can contribute to your outward appearance. I've even seen it in myself when I've gotten depressed, and then I do some stuff to get happy again, and I see my skin or my face or whatever bounce back. So yeah. I what Tyrese has going on, but I feel like the way he's aging has a lot to do with his lack of care. And you can tell he's not putting as much into his mental health as he could be, because again, he replaces therapy and psychiatric help and counseling with ranting to Instagram and thinking that social media is about to give him the sympathy or the coddling that he needs, instead of really doing what he needs to do for himself.
Yeah, he's spiritually disturbed, and that's what the issue is for him. And I have mental health issues. I've told you and others about that, but like, yeah, I feel bad, man. And like I said, all the good women wanted him. He was like one of the sexiest men in the world, according to the list. I'm not according to me, but and he is talented, but he's just, I mean, just the way he moves, it's just like, I've never seen a guy like, it's like if How to Make a Good Looking Guy Turn Ugly was a person. That's him. Like, he knows how to just make himself repulsive just when you think, okay, we're ready to take him seriously. Because that's probably why the elites don't deal with him no more. They probably were like, okay, this guy's ready. And you see how they roasted him. All of his celebrity friends trolled him and roasted him during that whole situation when he was crying over his daughter. Because I could tell they had enough of him. Like The Rock and all, they had enough of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a burden. And the part about it where us regular everyday citizens, it's not that we don't care, right? Because if we woke up tomorrow and saw, he was on his last leg, or he's in critical condition, or God forbid, something worse than that, we would definitely feel some type of way, right? But, everyday people may not have the insurance or the benefits or the access or the resources to get the professional help that they need when it comes to mental health, right? You go to a hospital when your arm is falling off, they have to assist you and sew that thing back on, regardless of whether they want to or not. You just don't get a bill. But when it comes to mental health and therapy or a psychiatrist or regular counseling, you know, depending on what your insurance is or is not, or if you even have it, that is what gives you the access. And everyday people, us poor people, don't have access to that. Whereas though he might be, again, the brokest he's ever been since he's reached his peak of success, but he still has more money than you and I combined. You know what I'm saying? So he has,
and I see those. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely right. But yeah.
Yeah, he makes it difficult to have a whole bunch of sympathy. We gave it to him the first time, right? When he had the whole, what more do you want from me? Oh, he dropped down his internet. You know, we gave Tyrese the sympathy the first time when it came to what, well, some people did and some people didn't. But it's every breakdown or whatever he has, the support, the sympathy, it fizzles down because people are like, what are you doing, right? The first time it was attached to his child. And he got people videoing him the same way he got people videoing him at Home Depot. He's at the airport holding up signs, talk about, where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? What more? I want my daughter. Congratulations. Like, okay, it's connected to your child. Everybody deals with issues regarding their children. Everybody handles that different, right? Is he going through the courts? Is he going through the appropriate mediums? Or is he just venting online wanting massive sympathy from people, right? And there were a lot of people comparing him to Jaguar Wright in the chat earlier today. And I will say, I do see a parallel. Are they identical in their behaviors? No. But do they pretend to be the most talented hot thing out here? But they still, attention is still a drug of theirs. They still are a professional victim. There's not a single bad thing that's happened to them that they feel that they will take accountability for. Everything bad that's ever happened to them is somebody else's fault out in the world, not their own. And they've got to go live and exploit themselves, hoping that somebody is going to coddle them. And Black men are coddled in the community more so than Black women. Black women just get you can be drowning. Your hand is going down, your body, your hand, and only your hand is left. And you're like, help me. And this is all that's left above water. People be like, strong Black woman, hang in there. You know, Black men get coddled in the community more than Black women get coddled. And he knows that. And he uses that card over and over and over again. Because people, why y'all think men can't cry? This the problem now. Y'all get to laughing when Black men cry. It's okay for them to show emotion. Nobody said Black men ain't never supposed to cry. But when you make that your personality trait, because you want to be coddled and you know that there's some simple Black women who you might cry 11 times a month and go online and exploit it instead of healing and licking your wounds and healing in private, instead of exploiting all your own business and then getting upset when people formulate an opinion about it. You got to have some sense with this, right? So, that is my point when it comes to, Tyrese and the self-exploitation of him, right? So I do see the parallels between him and Jaguar Wright, although they're different. I'm not diagnosing Tyrese, don't know what he has or what he doesn't have. But I can tell you that the behaviors that he exudes, some of them do align with Jaguar Wright's behavior. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's him, okay? So somebody said I had no clue Tyrese had a single out. Exactly. Like, what were you doing to roll it out and promote it? And did you send messages to all the blogs, a release date or whatever? I guarantee you the Neighborhood Talk wouldn't have charged you more than $600 or like whatever. Like, you too good for YouTubers? Because it's one thing to act like, oh, I'm Tyrese. Everybody need to bow down and stop what they're doing when I release my single. But you also feel like you too good to reach out to YouTubers. And YouTubers, we make this app go. Who told y'all that Kevin Samuels was dead before anybody else? I'm not saying you got to say me because I was one of the first. However, it was YouTube. TMZ didn't report on Kevin Samuels' death until 3 days after Black YouTube woke it up. So you can doubt us and feel like you're better than us and we're beneath you all you want. But at the end of the day, we make shit trend. Period. But if you too good, but then when you fail and the radio stations ain't fucking with it, what radio station is playing a 6-minute sad song in the middle of the summer? You got better luck with that in the wintertime. People cold, they lonely, there's snow on the ground, they ain't been plowed out, they sad. You know what I'm saying? They sneaky link can't come over as often as they used to. They actually found somebody to live with and shack up with. Y'all know these niggas be homeless. the seasons start changing and these niggas all of a sudden want to cuff you. They just need a place to stay. And in the summer, he was running the streets. But now he needs somewhere to stay. So now your sneaky link is really booed up with somebody. Really just... So people are willing to be sad in the wintertime when they can't go out. It's cold. What are we doing with this in the summer right now? Hot chair summer, hot girl summer. We out here trying to swim in a pool and be cute and you... Oh, she took all my money. She took my dog. You might as well go do some country or some blues because it's not happening over here. Who fucking to that? It's summertime. You need to get back to the sounds of lovemaking and all the songs and the sweet lady and all that other shit. You mad because the damn Home Depot wants your ID. Joe could have walked in that bitch and used your card and they would have been like, well, ball hit a chocolate man. You got to be Tyrese, right? Baby. I want to do all the things. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody who rocking with that. Radio station not even playing those 6-minute songs. I don't even care if it's an actual bop. They cutting it short. What were you thinking in 2023 when the attention spans are so much smaller than they were when you were actually charting and popping at your peak? The attention span ain't doing nothing but getting smaller and smaller. And you're going to make a 6-minute sad song. In the summer. Boy, bye. We don't want to be depressed with you. We don't want to be depressed with you. People be depressed in the summertime, but the thing about it is we got things to do and pools to go to and beaches to hit and bikinis to wear, sundresses. We trying to free ball or wear our new G-strings, get these toes done, have a nigga suck them. You know what I'm saying? Not listen to that dreary stuff. Come on, man. Go on, get. He crazy. He don't be making no sense. You know? Shoot. Even Neo made a song about it. And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears. You know, like, we sick of it. Sheesh. He crazy. Got time for his mess. Ciao. Let's move on from his dreary ass. Don't make no damn sense. Look at this. Look at him. He want us to be just like this with him. He want a whole pity party. No. Gotta talk to him like he the dog and he up on the counter. No. The hell? Something wrong with him. I don't know what the hell is going on. So
Anyway.
Ain't got no guy. This top right corner picture is out of We didn't buy his song, y'all. He said it's y'all fault I didn't go to the top of the charts. Man, go on get, man. We buy good music that buy, y'all. All right. Oh my goodness. Woo. Okay. If y'all want, he said, y'all ain't help me go number one.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, this video, I can't remember how long ago this video is, but I did this video. And again, we covered a meltdown. And y'all know I'm always going to laugh and joke. I'm sorry. I might be covering some sad stuff, but I'm going to laugh and joke, baby, just like I'm doing right now. It's linked down below in the description box. I think I put more Tyrese content and the video is right there. Tyrese has another meltdown. If you want to see more Tyrese content, my previous Tyrese videos, it's linked down below in the description box. So that is that. So let's go ahead and get into Tokyo Toni and her man.
This is a sick Negro.
Let's get into Tokyo Toni and her madness, child. It's always something, but I can honestly say I'm not quite sure if she's really wrong here. And like I said, I haven't reached a definitive conclusion, but I do want to take you along my fact-finding process as I continue to investigate and look into this situation with Tokyo Toni. We dealing with the toxic T's today, the Tyrese, the TS Madisons, and the Tokyo Tonis. All right, that's what this video is about. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna let loose, and we're gonna cut up even more. All right, Leo, you meowed to get in here, and you're going to stay. I'm not gonna keep getting up and down for you. This is a Black household. You either in or out. You're not coming in and out my door. No, you're not. I don't care. So let's go ahead and get, speaking of the cat, let's get into Tokyo Toni, child. Leo, get down. Get down. It's not a thank you, because it's not a question. Sheesh, you know, everybody just want to be, these Black boys just want to just fuss and fuss and fuss. This a whole grown man. Leo, what, 8 or 9 years old? I forget. If we going by dog years, it's times 7. You's a grown man, just like Tyrese a grown man. And y'all just want to sit here and whine and whine and whine. I ain't having it. I ain't having it. All right, Tokyo Toni, let's get into her. Drop some pancakes in the chat if you haven't already, okay? Hit the thumbs up and drop some pancakes in the chat. Okay, so I have had personal correspondence. So this isn't exclusive because I have had personal correspondence, but I don't have a definitive conclusion as of yet. And I'll tell you why. I have some footage from Tokyo Toni. This is some footage and correspondence from the person accusing Tokyo Toni of using children, right? The owner of this children's ministry is calling Tokyo Toni out for allegedly blocking them, but continuing to post like she helps the kids, and they're asking her to please stop. So let's zoom into this caption and really get into what's happening here, okay? So I spoke in length. I spoke on the phone with this foundation for about 45 minutes before we went live today, right? This person comments underneath and says, please, I'm the owner of these kids under my orphanage ministry. You blocked us, but you show people that you help these kids. Please stop it. And so basically what they're saying is, you know, English isn't their first language. They are located in Uganda. And so let me turn the sound on.
Toni, we are here enjoying our life.
So,
Bye bye, Mommy Toto.
Bye bye, man, Toto.
Okay, so kids in need, blah, 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 you know, and you know, Tokyo Toni quite frequently speaks about how she allegedly helps the homeless, really regardless of what age, adults, children, whatever. But this is something that she says is a soft spot of hers, and she says she's always on this ministry, right? We've seen what we've seen, and we haven't seen what we haven't seen. However, so I go to this page. This is posted on this page that is Miss Tokyo Toni. So before I go live, and the reason why I was about 11 minutes late starting this live stream, I said, let me go look and see if Tokyo Toni has said anything about this on YouTube. Lo and behold, right before I was about to go live, she was already live venting about this. I want you all to see what it is that she had to say, because she did have some quote unquote receipts of she has some receipts. Let me just pull it up and let you make the decision for yourself. Okay. And thank y'all for liking the video. If you've already done so, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already for more Black news and celebrity entertainment in the form of syrup.
Okay. All right. I told them bitches, leave me alone. And they ain't want to leave me alone. Stop fucking with me, bitch. We'll find you something to do. I want to see how much the fuck they gave them. Because I got receipts out the fucking ass, bitch. Why I gotta dig up receipts, though? Why I gotta dig up receipts? I want to bust Kyle's ass. But they want my vibration to be low. I was already told this by a special person. I can't let my vibrations go low. I refuse. Bitches. So, they said I gave them what? Let me see what she said. Let me see if I can find that shit. And I did what? I didn't do what? Like I'm obligated to some motherfuckers. They can put the man name in right the fuck now and can't send that man nothing. And if they watch the last dates, me and you was February 14th. They still got money after I broke up with you.
Baby, one thing she gonna do, she gonna cuss somebody out and she gonna go off and them eyes gonna get big. You hear me? Lord have mercy. Tokyo Toni got a new little piece of house and she don't know how to act. You heard me. Tokyo Toni done moved on up from the hotels, motels, and the Holiday Inns, and now she really don't know how to act. I mean, she calling Jaguar right out. She dragging Jaguar right. She feeling herself, child.
Who the fuck they playing with? I'm gonna show them. Everybody was left for me to demonstrate. I like demonstrating. Bitch. Really? Disgusting. But they ain't showed this when I was doing it, though. It don't be long. They show what they buy. They eating off of me. This ungrateful bitch played games with me and lied on me. We're gonna show the lie. I just showed you the truth. I ain't finished with that, because I'm gonna do a whole thing with their ass and put their whole name on that motherfucker. I'm gonna show him who he fucked with. Okay. You let the...
Here's what I can say, right? Has Tokyo Toni been to Uganda? I don't know. Make your own guess, right? I can't definitively say anything. I think everybody has an inkling, right? But this is stuff that is in her iPad, okay? I can tell you that that man in the video, right? That motherfucker is not real. No, I'm joking. The guy in the blue shirt is the guy that I spoke to for 45 minutes today before I went live, okay? So she's pointing to him, and I just would implore you to continue listening.
The neighborhood talked about him out. Really? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so fucking pissed. I'm so fucking pissed. Oh my God, hold on. I am so pissed. I'm mad as shit right now. Send. Let's send. Okay, look at all these people. Let's send Joshua Gant. Let's send him $500 right now. Watch this. Your recipient can't accept payments right now. Scammer. Fucking scammer. Fucking scammer. Fuck they playing with. I transfer motherfucking money all motherfucking day long. Nickel. Don't play with me. Ooh, why they do that? Why they do that, y'all? Why he play with me, this scammer? I go on my live with these kids, bitch. They talk to me, all that. So you ain't involved, but okay. Oh, it's cool. I'm like, you gotta prove to me you doing shit with this kid. You gotta prove to me, nigga. I wanna see them at nighttime. Make sure they not getting sexually touched, that they not trafficked. That's why I stayed every day on their ass. They not gonna let you stay on their ass every day. And what I look like having these little kids got motherfucking American motherfucking money I throw away on clothes, on weed, but I ain't gonna, you know what? Don't do it, Toke. Oh my God, don't do it. These are all videos.
Yeah.
The music, I bought the radio they got for Christmas. Dang, I had no motherfucking soda. The fuck? He looking like, what the fuck is this? I said, let me see what you do with these babies. That's why it's okay though. I ain't worried about any number the devil want to play with me more. But I'm woke and I'm aware. Ain't fucking with my vibration. I got some good booth, bitch. I'm alright. Can I get a cash out? Fuck that. Can I get a cash out? Look. They speak Uganda now. All these babies, man. These bitches is. When I get them stuff, I see it. What they eat, what they do. I help them start their garden, bitch. Their house. Capital One always getting hit. Tired of motherfucking neighborhood talk, man. Y'all bitches know what I do. Everybody do. And I don't give a fuck. You can keep on talking shit. Continue, you motherfuckers. Continue.
It did look like it said good boot. It said she got that what? Well, yeah, what did her little canister say? She said, I got that good. What was it? Good what? What she had? Was it good boot? If that said good boot, baby, I'm going to lose it. You hear me? What's the, oh my God, it really do say boot. Girl.
I got some good booth, bitch.
Good booth. Super booth. Now, who out here selling weed called super booth? What's the other one? Angels. What is that? Angels banana? Girl, apples, banana, apples and banana. Oh, okay. Now apples and banana. But what's super booth? Well, maybe it's. Oh, I mean, listen. What can we, child? Well, okay, now what I need to do, is I need to zoom in on this Cash App that she sent it to, because it did seem like, let me see. She called herself proving that she not only was trying to send her $5, but almost as if she had sent them money previously. Let's zoom in on that Cash App and see if that matches. I wish I could clarify that image. This is just a little bit of the fact-finding process, because like I said, I haven't reached a definitive conclusion as of yet. Now that says, okay, hold on. Let's let it play.
Joshua Gant.
Joshua Gant.
Let's send him $500 right now.
Yeah, but
watch this.
What's the $sign though? Yeah, but we need to see the Cash App. Now,
Joshua Gant. Let's send, okay, look at all these people. Let's send Joshua Gant. Let's send him 5 years. All these people. Let's send
$. Okay, let me see. I'm right here in the bio of the actual page. Now this says Elizabeth Grant, and it's a white woman, right? Let's see if both pages got the same Cash App in there. This says Natalie Grace, $ Natalie Grace. But then it says Elizabeth Grant. So, you know, I don't know if they've changed Cash Apps, but I can't necessarily correlate. He said that's not how you spell bananas. I can't correlate that Cash App tag to the one that's presently in the bio. That's not to say Tokyo was lying, right? Because who knows? They may have changed Cash Apps. I don't know. I was today years old, and literally 2.5 hours ago when I learned about this entire debacle and who these people are. Okay. I want to show y'all the page so y'all can see it yourself. Sure, it's spelled different. All right. I'm gonna show y'all so y'all can see it for yourself. Baby, we are investigating. I'm trying to figure out who to believe, child, because I was finna donate. I was like, oh yeah, Tokyo Toni, she stayed in line about feeding the homeless no matter how old they are. I'm like, oh yeah, she's a liar. But I'm listening to it, and why else? I don't know, man. I don't know why else she would have. I don't know why she would have those video. Well, I mean, if she is stunner, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like it's looking fishy from both sides. That's the point that I'm trying to make, and I'm unsure. And I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I just want to know how we can verify that she really sent money to them in the past. How can we check that out? That's my thing. That's what I want to know. So let me show y'all this screen that I'm on. I did it all for love. Did it all for love. So this is the page. When we leave the Neighborhood Talks page, this is the actual page, right? Let's see. What's in these stories? Oh. Oh, this is no, okay. So I was talking to them and they wanted to call me while the kids were what, but it was midnight over there. It was 6 p.m. over here, EST over here in Baltimore. It was midnight, going on midnight over there. So he was like, the kids are going to bed. If we're going to talk, you know, the kids are on their way to sleep. And I'm like, it's okay. But as soon as we got on the phone, because I was going to pre-record an interview with him, but the electricity went out at like 12:02. So I said that, okay, we can interview tomorrow when the electricity comes back on.
Greetings from
So he asked me my name so that they could say my name here.
Uganda. Thank you for loving us, Mommy Jane. We love you. Bye bye, bye bye, bye.
Yeah, bye bye, Mommy Jane.
Bye bye, Mommy Jane.
Good night.
Good night.
We are going to sleep, Mommy Jane.
We are going to sleep, Mommy Jane.
So, you know, he did have some things to say. He said that she would be doing drugs on camera and then saying that she was going to give to the kids. He didn't like that. And he said that she, you know, she would never give anything to the kids and she keeps posting the kids, but she hasn't, you know, really gave anything to the kids. She's using the kids to kind of make herself look better while the kids are hungry. That is what he is saying. And like I said, she had a Cash App that said Josh. Let's see if we go to this Cash App, right? And I can share this tab instead. It says Elizabeth Grant. Oh, the picture don't pop up here, but when I hit the button on my phone, this white lady pop up. And her thing that she said when it wouldn't send, it said Joshua Gant. But this is Elizabeth Grant. But the $ is $ Natalie Grace 2004. So, I was telling him at first, I was just completely taking his word for it. I'm not even going to hold you, just based off of Tokyo's character. And I was like, I will donate some money to you personally, and I'll share, your Cash App with my followers. And for the people who are inclined to donate as well, I'm pretty sure you'll get some donations from them too. So use your own discretion, right? If you want to send a donation now, or if you want to wait until the investigation, until I kind of finish sorting through and looking at both sides and seeing if Tokyo has any legitimate, irrefutable receipts that link her to having have donated to them in the past. I'm really still waiting to kind of to see and figure out what this is. But they're over in Uganda. The electricity went out in the middle of him and I having a conversation. He couldn't even click the StreamYard link because of the limited resources and the type of technology that they do or do not have over there. So, Crystal, what did Crystal say? Did it pop up yet? Crystal said he mad because Home Depot wasn't playing his songs over the speaker with the rest of the oldie. Ciao. So this is a really interesting place where we are. I know it's easy to just condemn Tokyo Toni at first, but I'm curious to get down to the true bottom of what this is, especially before I just say, hey, there are some kids in need over here, because he sent me a series of different videos that aren't publicly posted on his page, referring to not only the kids' living conditions, but his living conditions. And some of these kids really don't have anything else. And oftentimes they're hungry. And it was pretty evident through the videos. And even if you just look at the public page, these are hungry children. Why they're hungry, why they don't have resources, So this was something that did intrigue me. It tugged on my heartstrings at first, but now I'm just kind of slowing down a little bit. And I really want to take my time and dig through what's really happening here. I'm hoping that Tokyo can actually provide some definitive clarity pertaining to this here. Someone says, unless I see a video of Tokyo stirring the pot with them kids, I'm gonna call her a liar. I mean, if she could go back and show, I personally doubt that Tokyo went to Uganda herself, but that doesn't mean that she still isn't putting out some sort of monetary, something to help them in another country. You know what I mean? If you send the money to another country, I feel like you should always have some sort of paper trail, right? You're not sending cash in an envelope. So go back and find the receipts via your Cash App, as opposed to trying to send something now and saying, look, this is not even sending. Where's the money or the transactions when you did actually send something? Is there a picture or a phone number attached to that? Like what's really going on here? That is what I am. That's what I'm curious about here. Okay. So these are the 3 toxic T's. Okay. Full breakdown on Tyrese. There's no need to do a full breakdown on T.S. Madison. She said what she said. I said what I said. And I just feel like she's fanning flames and reigniting the conversation that truly have fizzled out. Because what else does T.S. Madison have going for her right now? Outside of arguing with women. I mean, she want women who don't agree with her to suck her dick. And then we got into Tokyo Toni. So we got into the 3 toxic T's today. Very, 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 very interesting. Okay. Very, 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 very interesting. Raina and Melody sent Cash Apps. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. All right. Appreciate y'all supporting and coming through. This was a good stream. It wasn't that long. I did want it to be shorter, but it still wasn't a really, really long stream. And I'm just so glad y'all could be here. Are y'all happy I'm back? Drop y'all pancakes down below. You definitely want to stay tuned to the channel and keep your notifications on. Okay. Perfect. So There's a lot of good stuff going on right now. For the channel, I have some giveaways lined up for y'all, and I just know for a fact, okay? I just know for a fact y'all are really going to enjoy the giveaways. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have your notification bell on. You don't have to be a member of the channel in order to be eligible for the giveaways. Keep in mind the giveaway is, but you do have to be subscribed and have on your notification bell and so on and so forth. I will say that the giveaway will require that you give out your address because I will have to mail you your prize. It's not anything that's like gift card oriented or anything of that nature. Keep that in mind, but it's definitely something relevant and relative to current events. And I am so excited to do this giveaway. Okay. I love you all so much. We are going to come back. We're going to cut up. Go get your libations. Okay. Go twist up what you need to twist up. Go twist up your, what did Tokyo have? What she had? Apples and banana, and your what was the booth she had? Something boot, good boot. I don't know what the hell she had, y'all. Go twist up what you need to twist up. Go pour what you need to pour. Run to the liquor store and come back. We're gonna be back in about an hour and a half. Definitely no more than 2 hours, but I would say we probably gonna be back between an hour and a half to get into what's really going on, all of the other juicy topics, the brawls, the chairs, all of the other stuff, okay? Some people saying it's a scam. It's a scam. Child, we never know. We never know. I love you all so much, Pancake Posse, aka Stickies. I'm going to see y'all's in a little bit. Thank you all so much for any way that you donated to the channel, whether it was a like, whether it was a subscription, just hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, or if you share this video with somebody via text message, your group chat, Twitter, Facebook, however it is that you share videos. Be sure to tag me in all of your favorite trending topics on Instagram and on Twitter. And thank you for watching. Thank you for checking the community tab and subscribing to the backup channel, which is linked down below. Let me know your thoughts on all of the neighborhoods and the sticky things that we spoke about today. Keep it sticky and real down below in the comments. And y'all stay beautiful, black, and blessed. And I will see y'all in about an hour and a half. Okay? Okay. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.